Hello, everybody. This is John Corelli. It's episode 29, Average Guy Opinions. I'm your average guy, John Corelli. This one's kind of a sad one. I lost a friend today. My entire high school really lost this friend. She's an incredible person, and she was just a very dynamic personality. Everybody loved her. Her name was Ronnetta Archuleta. She had the married name Selden, and I went to school with her from grades 7 through 12, and I would see her sometimes after that as well. Probably not as much as I should have or would have liked, because she was always fun. But she died earlier today, I believe, maybe last night. Doesn't matter. She died, and well, there's a big hole in the Jefferson High School community, which is kind of tight in some spaces and places, and it's good. It's a good thing. But I wanted to do this. As you can see, my face probably looks a little brighter. You can see the lines from my louvered window on my face, because I'm doing this right at sunset. And so I thought it was appropriate to do this video during sunset, when somebody's life has just ended, just as this day is ending. And it's hard when you get into your 50s and your friends start dying, and you know that this is just going to continue until you die. It's kind of a bummer. But this is not just about me and my feelings of mortality and other people that probably share those feelings. This is about this person who was really special and a very big deal to those of us who went to Jefferson High School, especially those of us who went in the 80s. I graduated with her in 85. Ronnetta was a lot of fun. And I'm just going to share a few of my memories, because some of them are really funny. And she always laughed about this one when I'd bring it up. I'd see her at all. She was this woman was a cornerstone of the Jefferson High world. She knew what everyone was doing. She had a mind like a computer when it came to Jefferson alumnus. It was or alumni. It was really amazing. You'd ask her about, oh yeah, how's this person doing? Oh well, he works at so and so. He lives out here, and that, not just like in town either, out of state. Any person you asked about, she usually knew what their parents were doing. It's really incredible. I mean, she should have run for mayor. She would have won the landslide of either Wheat Ridge, Edgewater, wherever. She was helping take care of her mother and her husband, who unfortunately are also in poor health. She battled obesity her whole life, and unfortunately, that I believe is what claimed her life in these past 12 or 24 hours. Yeah, well, now's not the time to be a jerk. So, sorry, it's what he does. So, let's get back to Ronnetta. We got about 7 minutes, and I think I can pay quite an homage in 7 minutes. The first time I really remember her, she was giving some sort of speech in front of the entire school. It was seventh or eighth grade. I think she was either running for student council president or something like that. And she was up at the front, of what, a few hundred kids giving a speech, and you could see the slip underneath her dress was kind of showing, but nobody was going to say anything except for Warren Harbison, who decided to just stand up in the middle of the auditorium and go, Ronnetta, your slip is showing. And Ronnetta was really awesome. She blushed and was, as you imagine a 13 or 14-year-old girl would be, just mortified, but also laughed it off because she was awesome. That's the kind of person she was. But that was a really fun memory for me. That was my first memory of her, of something like that. I mean, I'm sure I have another memory of her in school, but that was the big one. Fast forward to high school. She just knew everybody. She was involved in clubs. She knew all the people. She had some really good tight friends, but everyone knew who she was. She had special name. I mean, it's just that rhyming name that you remember. You're never gonna forget the name Ronnetta Archuleta. You're just not. You're gonna remember this person, and she had so many positive things to remember about her. You're gonna remember her anyway. I should know her better. I know she organized a lot of stuff. I know she was really into get-togethers with the alumni, not only from the class of 85, but all the classes surrounding 1985. Her mother may have gone to the high school as well. I'm not sure about that, but I know she was deeply involved in high school reunions from the 60s, 70s, 90s. She was doing it all when it came to that. She was a lot of fun when I'd see her at parties or especially like class reunions. That was a lot of fun. I just saw her about a little less than a year and a half ago. One of my best friends, Kelly Dietz, for her 50th birthday party in August of last year. August 13th, Kelly, if you're watching, I remember. Um, so that was 2019, August of 2019. Ronnetta showed up, and I got to talk a little bit with her. Then things seemed to be going, perfectly fine. But no, who knows what she was hiding? I know her husband's been in poor health a very long time, so I know her life was not easy. But she was always just this bubbly, fun person, and like I said, knew everything about everybody. I don't know if there's too much else I can say. I mean, my memories of her are the ones I just mentioned. That's mostly it. I mean, we didn't interact a ton, but like I said, everyone knew who this person was, and everyone loved her. So it's a big loss for our high school and her tight friends especially, and even those of us who were not super tight with her, but knew her and loved her. Rest in peace, Ronnetta. We love you a lot. If there's a heaven, I know you're looking down. You're probably giggling already, watching us be silly and post pictures of you on Facebook. I know a lot of us have done that. I will do that along with this video. Um, I don't know what else to talk about except maybe Jefferson High. I got 3.5 minutes. If we go official, like my usual 10 minutes, maybe I should just cut it short. Um, Maybe I should just do that for Rene's sake and say to everybody, thank you for the memories. Thank you for Jefferson High. Yeah, I can talk about Jefferson for a few minutes and then I'll just round it up to 10. For those of you who don't know where Jefferson High is, it's in Edgewater, which is a tiny little suburb just west of Denver, just west of Sloan's Lake. Um, we had a small school population when I went there. We did not have a freshman class. Our junior high went through ninth, and so we went to 10th, 11th, and 12th grade at Jefferson. Um, Fun school, tight school, because there were only about 600 of us there, and so we all knew each other. A lot of fun. Um, Please don't dick this up. Sorry. And it was such a fun school to go to in the 80s. I mean, 80s were a fun generation or decade anyway. I think we had to have fun. I think by the time you were a senior in high school in 1985, you were afraid of two things: dying of AIDS or dying of a nuclear holocaust. That was all on our minds. So we're like, when people go, "What? Why did you dress so wacky? And why was the music so cool?" We thought we'd be dead by 1990, a lot of us. That was our way of just having fun. But to go back to my high school, it was basically whenever anyone asked where it was, I say, oh, right behind Casa Bonita, like a half mile north of Casa Bonita. They're like, oh, yeah, I know that place. But like I said, a very fun place with a lot of good memories. Maybe I'll do a video or two on Jefferson sometime soon in the future. But Ronnetta was a staple of that school and a lot of fun. And I don't know what else to say about that. I'm sorry, I'm kind of at a loss for words. I'm putting a big smile on it, but it is sad. I mean, I'm not going to break out crying or anything, but it is sad. I mean, she wasn't old. She was 53 or 54 years old. And so, that's way too young to lose your life. And you were such a big part of the high school experience. I had so much fun with you and so many other people at that school. I will tell you one more thing about Jefferson, and I think Ronnetta would have loved that I went out on this, is a thing, a little special thing, a little esoteric thing we had at Jefferson called Egg Wars. Now, everyone, as soon as I said that's watching and went to Jefferson in the 80s knows what I'm talking about. Everyone else maybe needs an explanation. So every homecoming week, we would have egg fights. And it was kind of legendary in the 80s because stores, we'd have to go like find eggs because stores would not sell them to anyone of high school age. It was weird. It was like you had to go to an adult and like you were like an adult going into a liquor store and going, hey, can you get me some eggs? And no, get out of here, kid. But you somehow procure some eggs and then we'd go throw them at each other. And every year the class of 85 won. And everyone in 1985, 86, 87, 83, 84, anyone that messed with us knows this. It may not be something to really brag about, but we won Egg Wars. We'd have them down by Johnson Park, where Clear Creek runs next to I-70, and and we'd go down and do it at night. It was in October, so sometimes it was pretty cold. We'd dress in black, camo, whatever, get a bunch of eggs. And it was funny because the other classes would try to strategize, and class of '85 was like, no, fuck it, we're just gonna get like 60 of us and just good luck. What are you gonna sniper us? Some kid in a tree is gonna hit us with a couple eggs. We're gonna take them and throw and make an omelet out of them. And that's what we did. Every year we dominated. It was so much fun. All right, so hopefully Ronnetta would have liked that, like this video to end on that. Rest in peace, Ronnetta. You were much loved, and you gave me a bunch of memories, and so did Jefferson. Until next time, everybody have a great day, great night, great whatever you're doing, and peace. We love you, Ronnetta. Have a great night, everybody. Bye.